course, it wasn't always sunshine and roses for me. My self-doubt would persist, and sometimes I found myself in pits deeper than I had ever fallen in before. Your father acted as a constant pillar of support for me, and Allah gave me the tools to use that pillar to climb out. And so, I climbed out. It's been 9 years since I last cut myself. On purpose, at the very least. Sometimes cutting vegetables with your father would get too intense for my liking. You're probably sitting there wondering why I spent all this time telling you some shoddy story about your uptight mother. I told you this story because I love you more than anything. You're not born yet, but just hearing your heartbeat brings me incalculable levels of glee. You are my pride and joy. And I want to tell you that this love, the love that me and your father will shower you with every second of your life, it may not be enough. It may never be enough. And sometimes you will find yourself alone, empty, hollow, beaten down. Your entire body is screaming to know that it's there, and no matter how much we try, we won't be able to help you, no matter how much we want to. So I wanted you to know that feeling that pain, it's normal. You are not a freak for feeling it. Your father, Aunt Natsuki, Aunt Sayori, and I, we have all felt it. And I'm sure even someone as impenetrable and lively as Monica has felt it too. I wanted to impart on you the knowledge of what helped to me feel whole again. Maybe Islam isn't quite your cup of tea. There are many good reasons why it wouldn't be. But I'd still like to share with you the practices, because sometimes you'll find yourself needing to bare your soul to someone without having anyone to bare it to. And who better to bare it to than the entity that birthed your soul?
She takes a deep breath, a gentle smile glowing off of her.
Abdul.
The sound of footsteps rush into the feed. Yes, hon?
May you move the camera set up to the bathroom?
Can't you do it yourself? My hands are greasy.
Honey, I'm pregnant with your baby.
Fine. He moves the camera to the bathroom, and I see her walk in.
Now, my dearest child, I will walk you through the first step of initiating prayer. Before you pray, you must make sure that the place you're praying in is relatively clean, and you have to make sure that you are clean. Think of it like inviting a guest into your house. To clean yourself, there's a certain ritual that you must follow, called a wudu, or ablution. First, you must make your intent clear to pray. Say Bismillah, which is an Arabic phrase that translates to, in the name of God. Say it in your heart and focus on it, so your intent is pure and clear. Next, you must follow the next steps in the order I state them. First, wash your hands with water and do it 3 times. Remember to wash between your finger and up to your wrist.
The water spills all over her hands, little remnants of dirt from a hard day's work washing away. Second,
using your right hand, take water into your mouth and clean the inside of your mouth thoroughly. Third, using your right hand, inhale water into your nose, snort it out, and repeat this 3 times. Fourth, wash your entire face 3 times.
Her long eyelashes glimmer with drops of water, and her eyes open widely, taking in the world around her. She lifts her long sleeves to reveal a plethora of aged scars, protrusions that make themselves known immediately.
Fifth, wash your lower arms from your wrist to your elbow 3 times.
The water flows over the scars, washing them clean. Somehow it decreases their clarity.
Sixth, wipe your head from your forehead to the back of your head.
The water wets her long mane of lavender locks as they shine a brighter purple than ever before.
Seventh, wipe your ears with water, inside and out.
She pushes aside her hair, hearing the world clearly as the water absolves anything that may stop that.
8, Wash your feet 3 times. Make sure to clean thoroughly and to start with your right. Now recite the wudu dua.
She recites an almost poetic speech in Arabic, a language that my father has taught me very little of.
With that, your wudu is over. Sometimes your wudu can be nullified by physical discharge of bodily waste, so in that case, perform wudu once more. Now, there are some instances where wudu is not enough. For example, if you are a wonderful girl, after your period. Or another example, for both sexes, after an event of sexual pleasure.
I can't help but feel a blush come on as she sports a coy smile on her face.
In that case, you must participate in ghusl, which is like a shower, but with intent to purify yourself. You can clarify that intent by saying Bismillah before you begin. Make sure you wash each half of your body 3 times and thoroughly, alright? With that, we are done with cleaning, and we can move on to the actual prayer. Abdul!
Coming, coming. The camera moves itself back to the bedroom. There's an ornate prayer mat set on the floor, pointing to the left corner of the room.
Hello again, my darling. You may have noticed the change in outfit. Well, my love, to pray you must switch into proper attire. For men, you have to make sure you keep the area from your navel to your knee covered and not expose any immodest skin. So wear a shirt with sleeves and make sure your pants cover your knees. You can also wear an Arabic thobe, which is both comfortable and achieves just that. For women, make sure you cover everything but your face and hands. I'm wearing 2 articles of clothing which achieve that effect, the abaya and the hijab. These are also comfortable and easy to wear, although they will attract attention if worn outside. I am speaking from experience. Now, make sure you are facing the Qibla, also known as the direction in which you are facing towards the Kaaba. Remember to pray at the proper times. There are 5 times of prayer, each with a varying number of rak'ahs, or units of prayer. There is Fajr prayer, which is performed at dawn. It has 2 rak'ahs. There is Duhur prayer, which is performed at noon. It has 4 rak'ahs, or 2 if you're praying during Friday or group prayer. There is Asr prayer, which is performed late in the afternoon. It also has 4 rak'ahs. There is Maghrib prayer, which is performed just after sunset. It has 3 rak'ahs. It will also very quickly become your favorite prayer, especially since it signifies the end of fasting during the holy season of Ramadan. Finally, there is Asha prayer, which is done at night. It has 4 rak'ahs. You can also pray for yourself at any other time of day with a simple 2 rak'ahs. Now, with the preliminaries done, it's time to begin. In order to pray, you must know the prayers in Arabic, so please familiarize yourself with them. Until then, you can ask your father to pray with you. If he agrees to. First, make your intentions to pray clear, then raise your hands up to your ears and shoulders and chant Allahu Akbar. Then place your right hand over your left and place them between your chest and your navel. Keep your eyes to the ground to keep yourself focused and make sure your thoughts don't wander. Now recite Surat al-Fatiha.
She recites what is most likely a passage from the Quran.
Afterwards, recite any surah of your liking.
She proceeds to recite another, her face entirely relaxed, almost like nothing was plaguing her.
Next, say Allahu Akbar and perform a deep bow. Your body should be at a 90-degree angle, though you should also be relaxed. Make sure your eyes are focused on the ground and that your hands are on your knees. While in ruku, recite to yourself Subhana Rabbi Yal Adim, which translates to Glorious is my Lord and the Most Great. Afterwards, stand back up and say Sami Allahu liman hamidah, which means Allah hears who praise him. While standing, say Rabbana walakal hamd, which means Our Lord, all praise is for you. Then say Allahu Akbar and prostrate in a position called sajda. Make sure your nose and forehead are touching the ground. When on the ground, recite Subhana Rabbiyal Allah 3 times, which means glorious is my Lord, who is most high. Rise from sajda and sit on your knees while placing your hand flat on them. While in this position, recite Allahumma Ghafir li warhamni wajbarni warfani wa'afini warzukni, which translates to, O God, forgive me, have mercy on me, protect me, raise me, pardon me, and bless me. Afterwards, return back to sajda and perform that step once more. Chanting Allahu Akbar and standing back up, you have now completed your first rak'ah. Now you can repeat the process up to 4 times, depending on which prayer you're performing. On every second rak'ah, repeat the sajda and sit on your knees one more time, and while sitting on your knees, recite the tashahhud and the durood.
She begins to recite each passage from her heart, speaking it clearly and slowly.
After that, if you're on your final rak'ah, perform taslim. Turn your head to the right and say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, and turn your head to the left and say it once more. And then you're done. You have performed the Islamic prayer. I feel silly speaking to you through the camera. Maybe your father was right. I should have just shown you this face to face. In all honesty, I'm worried. Life can be unpredictable sometimes, and the challenges that Allah places for us may be difficult to overcome. And we humans are fallible. I know I love you and I know I cherish you, but sometimes it may be impossible for me to share that. I've been guilty of it before. So I recorded this in case I somehow fell prey to my weakness in front of you. Well, there it is. I have told you my story, my weakness, and I showed you how I overcame it. Of course, it could be different for you. Religion isn't for everyone. I will not hate you, nor will I resent you for not believing, for I love you. I love you. I love every breath you take, everything you make, every step you take, everything you are, everything you will be. I love every single part of it. I always want to be there to guide you, to hold your hand through the obstacles that life will bring, to see you grow into a person who is happy and safe. If I could keep you with me for the rest of my life, I would. Just keep you in my belly where I know you'll be safe and sound. For through all this, through all the things that have healed my pain, nothing has healed it more than you. All our rights, our destinies, and the moment you came into this world, I became only an accessory to yours, my love. I know, I just know. Love is what's written for you, my child. Love is what's written for you. I love you. No matter what. No matter how ugly you think you are. No matter how alone you think you are. No matter if you're friendless or a freak. No matter if I'm alive or dead. I love you. Forever. Know that, my sweet child. I love you.
I'm unable to keep the tears to myself. My emotions pour out as my quiet weeping echoes throughout. My father places his hand on my shoulder, his protective touch trying to soothe me. Mama. Habibi, or Habibti. Did she know Baba? Or, no, did she know Baba? He solemnly shakes his head. No, she couldn't have. Why are you showing me this? Well, Ruba, I thought you needed it. You've been distant lately. I thought your mother could help. The fallen camera continues to spout a conversation between my mother and father, each of their voices carrying a joyful tone. You can talk to me, you know. It's why I'm here. Baba. You don't need to, of course. Talking to others has always helped me, and even I never confided in my parents. But you may take you after your mother. Have you changed, Baba? Do you believe? Not particularly, but I know it can help. It helped me when I lost your mom, even though I didn't particularly believe. But he's gone. If she's dead, isn't it his fault? I'm not the best person to answer that question. You don't have to pray. I just wanted you to see how your mother might have helped you. You can always just write your feelings out, or maybe you can draw one of your beautiful portraits. Just do what helps you, because no matter what you think, you are whole. Or at least, that's what your mom told me to say. You aren't a freak for screwing up, otherwise the entire world would be filled with freaks. I didn't screw up, Baba. My dad chuckles. Sure. He stands from my bed and moves to the doorway, his soft but protecting presence never leaving me. She's always watching you, you know, and she'll always love you. And I'll always love you too. I love you too, Baba. Call me if you need me. I will. The room's quiet tone rings in my ear, as do my late mother's words. She seems like just the best kind of person. Even through all that bullshit, she found a way out. I can't really do that. I'm stuck and I don't really know what to do. The prayer mat sits neatly folded on one of my bookshelves. On closer inspection, I think it's the same one she used in the video. I hold it in my hand, looking through its complex patterns and paths that I can't really seem to follow. I cursed him, all the time, for taking her away from me. But my mom did say, a delayed apology is always more genuine. I love you, Mama. Maybe he can pass on the message. Well, that was Yuri's Enlightenment. I didn't know what I expected going to this mod, but I don't think it was any of that. In dedication to my mother, who even if I never see eye to eye with, I will always love. I couldn't read that nearly quickly enough to catch it in time. Eat a bag of dates, courtesy of the various artists. Well, anyway. Very curious mod. Very curious indeed. Is that it for this? It seems so. It's not advancing from this screen, so I suppose that is going to do it for this one. Well, dear viewer, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time with more Doki Doki. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye!